right, welcome back to episode 17 of Hicks Racing Podcast.
17.
It is August 30th, 2022 at 8:56 at night because I couldn't get the fucking audio working, so it's been like 20
We've been
worth of shit.
Yeah, we've been having a heck of a couple of weeks with we're going to combine Palmyra weekend with our this past weekend and try to wrap everything up, and hopefully when we're all done the recording sounds good.
I know, I need to. Once we start making big bucks on YouTube, I'll buy us,
Yeah, all right.
So come on, people. Subscribe to
YouTube. Subscribe.
So we're gonna recap 2 weekends because of fucked up audio, and we were too lazy to redo it as soon as we did it. So
well, it was just like it had so much to do with being lazy. It just by the time we realized it, you'd have put out, we'd have put out one Monday and then this one here. So might as well just combine them and move on.
So we went to Palmyra August 19th.
Yep.
So
it was King of the Hills. Yep.
We got there Friday. Unfortunately, we didn't get there Friday until after 8 o'clock because it takes us, it's what, 2.5 hours up there?
2 hours. Just a little over 2 hours. But, we didn't get, by the time we get the boys and get them all loaded, we didn't, it was almost 6 o'clock before we got on the road. So.
Right. And then, because they had a band from like 6 to 8.
Right. And we missed that. But
why they did that Friday night.
Yeah.
Saturday night was the night to do it.
But maybe the band wasn't available. There was a lot of people wondering why they didn't do it Saturday night.
Like, come on now. Because a lot of people, some don't even come till Saturday morning or late Friday night.
Right.
But for us, I mean, we were there like after they were done because it takes us forever to get there.
I mean, we literally were pulling in as they were packing up. I mean,
right.
It was just a.
Oh, I didn't.
It was actually a few minutes before 8 when we pulled in there. So.
Right.
They were, yeah. I saw the food trucks and stuff were packing up. So.
Damn it, not the food trucks.
Not the food trucks.
So Friday night we just kind of chilled at the camper and did we play Xbox for a little bit? I think we did play Xbox.
Well, maybe the boys did, yeah. Yep.
Saturday was a beautiful day.
Yeah, beautiful day Saturday.
How was the track Saturday?
Track was great. Great. I got over my step up phobia and finally I was very ecstatic, and I just got one more this week in the Area 51 to do the second tower jump, and then I'll be.
And we have good insurance now, so like you're covered. You're good.
Oh, perfect. Thanks for that.
No, so you got over that step, which I watched you do it. Like I saw it the second time. I think you did it like the first time, and I missed it, and then I saw it the second time, and I was like, "Oh shit, he did this step."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, he's clearing that like it's cake."
Yeah,
so
it was. Really I don't know why. No, it was all in my head.
Well,
it's a mental thing. This sport is very mental. That's for sure.
Yeah, but so track was decent Saturday.
Track was good. Track was great Saturday.
Did it get dry at all?
Why? I don't know. I think it stayed pretty good for Saturday.
I mean, these tracks have been having trouble because we've had absolutely no rain.
No rain. It's been a very dry summer.
So there's 2 different seasons in this area of the United States. Or I'm sorry, there's 2 different summers you can have. It either rains every single day and you can't ever do anything, or it doesn't rain at all and you can't get any, and it's everything's
right.
dust.
Nothing. Yeah, everything's dust and nothing grows, and this is one of them.
Yeah. So we've had so the other pattern is we've had a good summer, so now this winter will be absolutely miserable.
Yeah, more than likely.
Be the rainy, miserable summer, and then we'll have an okay winter, and then we'll be back to the good summer. That's the pattern.
Yep.
So.
Track was good Saturday. It was a good practice session. Got 4 of them in. That's pretty much usually the usual. Yeah. Hung out Saturday night.
No, so I think we were out the one practice.
Yeah.
And I was sitting back at the camper with the kids, and we were watching the pro race on TV. It was like just starting, and you were out practicing. Yep. And Lucas was there playing. It was a hotter day, and Blaze Cromaldi, who we interviewed before, was parked like right across from us. And he came over because he was watching the motocross race on our TV for a little bit. Yeah. And Lucas came down off of our so Lucas was playing with his water gun. He like filled it up and he walked over to Blaze and he started shooting at him. And I was like, no, don't do that. And Blaze was like, wait a minute, do you have another one? And Lucas goes and digs it out and fills it up. And then them and Blaze are having a water gun fight for a while.
That's awesome. I missed it.
Yeah, you did miss it. It was just really cool. He was playing with a 4-year-old.
Yep. Yeah, Blaze is a good kid. I really like Blaze.
I feel like Lucas cheated though because he got the water gun that worked.
He gave Blaze a bad one, and he probably knew it too.
Yeah. And Blaze gave us a jersey that day. We have another jersey to add to our collection.
Yep.
So we're at the
That's awesome.
As well.
Yep.
And I bugged Matt Jackson for one too, so hopefully we'll have a Matt Jackson.
That'll be that's pre-pro status there.
That'll be like super vintage when he's older, you know.
Right.
So that Sunday, it rained a little bit in the morning, didn't it?
It rained. It actually downpoured pretty good first thing in the morning, and the track was a muddy mess up and I was Moto 5 and for the plus 40. Yeah, plus 40. So the track was it actually rained pretty good Sunday before and during practice. It was raining pretty good, but the track, by the time I was Moto 5 for the plus 40 and the track came around, was it had a few sloppy spots, but it had some good lines already in it. And I think I led that one wire to wire, I believe. Was a uneventful race, and the track was good for that race. And then me and John were, I think, race 11 and 12. And by that time the track was really good. So the track was good for the first motos. And then they had a little bit of a long intermission because I know they were doing the King of the Hill stuff and they did a vintage race. And they knew there was rain coming in. So then they really tried to push the program through pretty quick. But of course, the first 40 moto, the track was still in really good condition and had a really good race.
You won that one.
Yeah, I won that one. Started had a third place. I was third off in the first corner and passed my way to first pretty quick. It was pretty cool because I was keeping an eye. I was checking my back every once in a while, see where it was coming. I seen Dave Austin had gotten the second, and he was keeping me pretty honest. And actually, right at the checker flag, I knifed the front end a little bit. Didn't go down when I caught it, but I didn't get the first step up before, or not really a step. I guess it's kind of I don't know if it'd be more of a tabletop before the step up finish line jump. And I wasn't able to do that. And I thought for sure he was going to get me, but he didn't. I got it in time. And it was kind of cool because as I came off, I heard, hey. So, and that was me and Dave had a little issue at Area 51, and it was completely my fault. And he was pissed off, and I completely understood, and he didn't want to hear anything I had to say. And I understand that. So it was cool. And we talked it out, and everything got everything hashed out, and we're cool. And I think that's awesome. I mean, there's no money to be made in this, this stuff. Even, not even the A guys, there's no money to be made in this local stuff. But, so the last thing you want to do is go to the track every weekend and have beef with a guy you're racing with. I'd rather go there and have a good time with all the guys I'm racing. So that was cool. Me and him hatched it all out, and we're good. So, and then of course we get to, race 10, the skies open up, and just the track was coming around. The track was great, and then just made it a muddy mess for me and John's second motos. But which I hate mud. I ride terrible in mud because I'm just too darn aggressive. And John
to ever ride in the mud ever again.
Yeah, is a great mud rider. He takes his time, and he finished 11th. He finished 11th overall, but out of 22. But he finished 10th in that second moto, so that was pretty darn good. Had it was one of the last ones off the line and came up to 10th, so that was really cool.
Ended up he was 16 in the first, 10 in the second.
Yep.
30C was 5th in the first and 3rd in the second.
For a 3rd overall, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sound right.
It was 3rd overall. Yep. And then 1-1 for 40B.
And then 1-1 for 40B. So I was actually looking at the overall point standings as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, big overall point standings.
So you have the lead in plus 40B by a lot.
Yeah, by a lot. Yep.
Plus 30C, you don't. You're in second.
No, yep, second. Our old friend I'm losing. I'm a loser.
You got.
I think I'm only 9 points behind.
You got 4th overall in plus 30C.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're down 9 points in plus 30C compared to Rob. I think it's pronounced Okanowski.
Oh, there you go, Okanowski. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, you're 9 points behind him for 30C, and then you have 40B by quite a bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, John got an 11th overall with that, which is his best finish. But if you look at the page, like 7 people did not even start the second moto. They were like, no,
they're like negative. We're not even. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go. I'm going
home. Yep.
So yeah, that was a pretty good weekend. Yeah, the mud really did not help you at all.
No, I'm a terrible mud rider.
No offense, I won't even start it ever again. No, not doing
it. Yeah, after your Area 51 experience.
That was a horrible muddy track that night after that storm.
Yeah.
No, John does really well in the mud.
Yeah, he takes his time and stays up. That's the name of the game when you're mud racing, is just stay up.
Yeah.
I on the other hand, I don't know. I think I went down 3 or 4 times in that race.
At least. Because I saw 3 from my vantage point, and I don't even know.
Nah, it was 3 or 4 times. I want to say 3 times in that race.
Yeah, that was a long
Nothing major, just just slid out because of the mud. Yep.
Nothing. So yeah, it was a pretty good weekend. We got home at an okay time that night. It takes us 2 hours, so that was I'm not a huge fan of that part. But then
that's pretty much our every week thing, except for like this week when it's only 15 minutes from home.
Right. So got back home, and then I think it was I had mentioned to you, I think it was Sunday or Monday I had mentioned to you, because I had been thinking about it for a while, probably at least a month. I had been thinking about, I was like, why don't we take his 18-450, sell it to buy me like an 18/19 250, because I want the electric start.
Right.
And we'll get him a brand new one, because he has to do a ton of work on his, like, in order for him to compete at where he's at now. For someone like me, I can still use like an 18 or 19, be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I was gonna have to put $2,000 or $3,000 in the 18 Savannah, and it's probably got 150 hours on it, so it needs to be rebuilt. And then I want to do, wheels and whatnot. So yeah, it was going to be $2,000 or $3,000, so yeah, go on.
Right. So I mentioned to you, I think it was Monday, I mentioned like the idea of it.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday.
Because I said, then we can get it over the winter. We can get it, and figure all this conniving around over the winter. Don't have to worry about it. And then like Tuesday. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? No, it was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah, Wednesday. I was like, hey, it was like mid-morning. I was like, hey, you know what? Why don't we get one now? Because then you can, you always have those new bike quirks. You're like, oh, I don't like this. I want to replace this. This doesn't feel right. We need to get that done.
Mostly suspension stuff.
I'm comfy with this, So let's get all those out of the way. So then when we start in February, March, we are already wheels on the ground. We're good to go.
Right.
So. Which, by the way, silly me. I told my husband to buy a brand new bike. I knew it was going to be like 4 seconds from.
Oh yeah, did not. Actually, it took longer to find one than it did actually get it bought. I mean, holy mackerel! I think I found 3 in a 100-mile radius. It's
Yeah, because I had to go. I went onto the Honda dealership website, and they give you a list of based off your zip code, and I took a screenshot of I don't know, probably 15 or 20 different ones.
Yeah, I had already Yeah, and I was trying
to give you more ideas.
Yeah, yep. And no one had one. I found one in Watkins Glen, but their computers were down. So and the guy was nice. He give me a number. I'll call you back. But I'm like, I'm gonna keep on looking. So I found one in Watkins Glen, one down near the Poconos, but it had a deposit on it. And then I found one down in Palmerton, PA, which is down by Allentown. And that guy had gotten 2 in on Monday and already sold one. And then I said, let's get the deal done, and I'll be down to get it as quick as I can. And yeah, I went down that night. I left work at 3:00 and was down there 5. They closed at 6 and was out of there with a new 2023 Honda 450.
Yeah, so we have the new one, and then you brought that home. I don't know, you got home like 9:00 at night, and we drilled over it for a little while.
Yep.
And then I think it was the next day you were like, because we knew we were racing Burlington, and I always race Burlington with you. Yeah. And you were like, hey, why don't you use the old 18450?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm a little bit sketchy on this.
Yeah.
I did not like the height of it. The height of it was just absolutely insane.
Right, but so I don't know what
magic you performed.
Yeah, I put I just put a lot more sag in it to get the rear down, and I put the forks up in the triple clamps. We'll send it out, and we'll have the suspension lowered correctly over the winter, but it got you you weren't riding hard enough where you knew where any of that mattered.
I'll be doing that for a while.
No, next year, like I said, over the winter, we'll send the suspension out. The suspension is fine, other than we'll have it lowered. It shouldn't be that much to have the suspension lowered.
Yeah, so we connived all that, and then we loaded up Thursday night to be ready for Friday.
Yeah.
We go to Burlington. Luckily, Burlington's 15 minutes away, so
right. Yeah.
Perfectly cool with that.
Yeah, that is a nice break from the 2-hour rides.
Mm-hmm. So we got there and set up, and Matt Jackson stayed with us Friday night. We got the new bikes out. We're setting everything up, and then after a while we shot the shit and played Xbox with Matt Jackson, and
it's almost midnight.
And the Sheelys.
Yep.
And the track. Shout out to them, because they've done a slam job on this track.
They sure have.
So they've definitely made it a lot better. But they sat around and played Xbox with us for a while, and then we finally went to bed. You had to work a little bit Saturday morning to make up the time you spent getting your bike.
Getting a new bike, yep.
But we did practice. We both practiced Saturday.
Yep.
Tell them about your practice, Matthew. Tell the people.
Oh, I tell you, it all, and there again, right back to start Friday night. Honda puts terrible grips on their bikes. So Thursday night, so put it back Wednesday. I'm trying to think. I got grips. I got grips in, and Thursday I cut the terrible Honda grips off, and then glued on some new grips that I like, the ones I like, and take nothing more of it. So we got there Friday, and Matt Jackson got there, and we were talking, and we were looking at the bike stuff. I just instinct or whatever, grab a whole throttle and tried to twist it, and it was stuck. So apparently I got too much glue and glued my throttle tube to the handlebar. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I would really rather have had to put an aluminum throttle tube on it anyway, and I have one. So, if I'm gonna mess around taking it all apart so I can get this glue out of there, I might as well just slam this aluminum throttle tube on. So I did that. Everything worked fine. Thought no more of it. So I went to work Saturday, got back to the track, got all geared up, and I had mind you, I had rode this thing no more than just a couple times, just a couple little circles in the yard, nothing more than that. So get on the track, and I do the first, 2 or 3, and I'm literally just kind of rolling a little more than a roll these jumps. So I get to I come up on the next, 3 or 4 jumps, come on the next one, and I blip the throttle to maybe wheels off the ground a little bit, and the throttle just sticks at at that maybe half throttle, and I literally, next thing I know, I'm laying on the ground. I don't even know what happened, and I'm watching my brand new bike flip through the air end over end. It literally makes me want to cry. So it turns out the stupid aluminum throttle tube, the cable got on the wrong side of the turnbuckle and stuck the throttle up, half open or whatever it was. So yeah, so watching a brand new bike flip through the air 2 or 3 times was enough to make me cry. Luckily, it did practically no damage at all to the bike. So and it is my bike, so it might better get used to being laying on the ground.
As soon as it was signed over, this bike was like, "Oh, I'm fucked." Like,
and then the 18 is probably going, "Oh, thank God! Now I won't be used to it."
Yeah, that bike is talking to the 18 and is like, "Dude, you're fucked."
Yeah, you're fucked.
It's hard.
But anyway, so
my bike's in retirement now.
Yep, your bike's. Yep, the 18's in retirement. So you ran to a local place and got 2 sets of ODIs. I switched all the throttle tubes out. Well, actually, and then anyway, switched out throttle tubes and everything's good to go. So so then go on to Sunday. The racing was good. Weather was beautiful.
So you did break your clutch too.
Yeah, but clutch lever broke it.
That's
off.
Your biggest issue is that you were trying to, with the 18, you had the recluse in it. So you didn't have to worry about all this. Now you're, I mean, obviously you know what you're doing, but you're still like, oh shit, I got to do that again. Okay.
Well, it's definitely, and of course this 23 has a hydraulic clutch.
Yep.
Which never have used in my life. That's got a whole different feel. So now I'm back to using a clutch. With the recluse, I still used to start and stop, but I didn't clutch at all throughout the race. So now, going back to that, and then also couple that with the hydraulic clutch is a completely different feel. But it overall, nice thing about a 450, you don't really need the clutch that much anyway. So it'll all come together. I'll get used to it. It's not like, and the clutch lever only broke halfway, so there was enough to actually still use it. So.
Well, so I will say from my number, I never actually saw the full accident. I saw the tail end when you were in the air, and I was like, "Oh my God, already? Seriously?" Like,
yeah. Totally. I mean, I guess in essence it was my fault, but it wasn't. The actual wreck wasn't. I didn't do anything wrong there. The throttle stuck, and that is I tell you what, that really makes you skittish after that when you go back out. But is it gonna do it? Yeah, but I mean.
Your head and you're like, okay, like keep that clutch there so I can hold it in. But
so
I know that so I got on to the 450 for the first time this past weekend at practice, and it's very surprisingly comfortable.
Right. It fits you so much better than that 150.
I was even surprised. The only thing that's absolutely murderous is the arm pump.
Because you got a death grip because you're.
But it was, but overall, like definitely more comfy than the 150. It's less squirrely. It has like more traction.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So I was surprised at how comfy it was. I was very nervous going into this weekend.
Yep, I knew you were, but I knew it was all going to be good. So.
But practice was good. Their track gets a little bit dusty easily just because it doesn't get watered enough. Plus, we've had such a dry summer.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I can't really say it doesn't get watered enough. I mean, it's just, I also think that there was reports. There was, of course, the weatherman's always wrong, but I think, the weatherman had said we were going to have a day of rain, and so they were thinking that was gonna do its job, and then it never did. So they were just a little bit behind, the 8 ball on the water. I think maybe hopefully in the future what it needs to do is water a day or two during. I mean, and needs to water a day or two, soak the track for a couple days in the middle of the week before a race weekend. Now, I mean, it is labor intensive, but I mean that's. I guess that's owning a track. I mean, but I mean the dirt. The thing is people cannot even begin to understand how amazing the dirt is at this track. I mean, there is not I mean, there's not a rock to be found in this dirt. It is beautiful. I mean, and up until and yeah, it dry. It's going to dry out. It's been so miserably dry, and it's hard to put enough water in it. Just doing it Friday and Saturday, it's hard to put enough water in it. So it got dry towards the end of the first motos, and they watered a little bit. But up until that, I mean, even then, there's still good traction. It just gets dusty, which you're going to have that. I mean, remember at Sick Brothers. I mean, there's been you could point out a bunch of tracks this year. Even Palmyra got dusty towards the end. So I mean, it's going to happen. The dirt there is just, can't even describe it how beautiful the dirt is there. So yeah, I mean that track, it is amazing how quickly that track has progressed in only this very short amount of time.
Oh yeah, like since he's had Sheely's doing the work, like it's been
really... or at least helping him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The way that it's been turned up, and I like that. It's not the newer section now, but compared to the first race to the second, they have that newer section.
They added,
road more. That's a nice little section.
Yeah, it's fun. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Sunday, Saturday we actually practice starts over in the field.
Yep.
I'm not very good at that.
Right. And had never done starts at all.
Yeah. So, and then I help Matt, you practiced a couple. So.
Yeah, a couple. Yep. Which are still, they're absolutely horrible.
Your second moto of the second class was the best one, I think, because by then you were like used to it,
Yeah, but I don't even think I think I stalled 3 out of my 4 starts, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. So my only good start I had was only good start I had was the first moto or first class of the second set of motos. Yeah. Did you say that? Yeah. That was the only good start I had. That was the only, and that wasn't even good, but I didn't stall. It's it's definitely going to take some getting used to. That's for sure.
Well, plus you didn't have the full clutch lever either. Like it was.
I don't think that. I don't think it has I can't blame that really at all. It's just the power is different on the bike, and then using, and then the hydraulic clutch. And my starts haven't been. Now I will say I had good starts at Palmyra. All 4 of my starts were pretty darn good at Palmyra.
Yes, you did.
Well, I say all 4. Even the mud start was good.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even go over that. We didn't even go over that though. So I took great. Of course it's raining, so I wrapped my goggles with towels. I had had 4 or 5 tear-offs on. I had it set up absolutely beautiful. I'm ready to go. My goggles were taken care of. So the start, we go off the start, and of course it's mud. So we go in the first corner, and my goggles are just covered in mud. So I reach up for a tear-off, and there's nothing there. I thought, I'm trying, I can't figure out 2 or 3 corners. What is going on? So finally I get up where you were standing right there at that one corner, and I stop, and you're like, well, just give me the goggles. Like, I am not racing without goggles. You took them, and I took, and I could see that somehow the tear-offs got tucked behind the strap area there. Oh my God. I'd never had that happen before in my life. And it happened on the worst possible time. But
no, I would have said, fuck it. I would have just thrown them.
No, not in that mud. No, I'm out on that. It was either, if I did that, I wouldn't race at all, but I got them straightened out and then got back on the track. Yeah. But all right, back to this weekend.
All right. So Sunday you did plus 40 amateur, plus 30 amateur.
Yep.
Then I did women's. So you raced the newer bike, a little bit of complications because of the clutch and trying to figure all that out.
Yeah. Yeah. But my God, that bike's amazing. Oh, it is just amazing.
Like, what makes it feel better than?
Well, it feels like, I don't know. It feels like it's 100 pounds lighter and 12 inches thinner than it's just the way they shaped it. And I think they did try to make it a little thinner. And I think it's.
I noticed that.
I think it's a whopping 8 pounds lighter than the 18, which doesn't sound like. I guess it doesn't sound like much, but I tell you what, it feels like it's 100 pounds lighter. it's so nimble. It feels so much more nimble than the 18, which, and I love my 18.
And it flies through the air a lot easier too.
Yeah, it flies by itself, flipping through the air. But yeah,
so which one did you win? 40B or
yeah,
40?
Sorry. Yeah, both of them. Yep.
Okay, and then how'd you finish in plus 30 amateur? Second.
I stalled. Yeah, second overall. Yes. Second overall. Positive. Yep. I stalled in the first moto and finished third. Which was the three of us, and then the second moto I didn't. That was my best start, which was still shitty, but I actually got out. I was third off the line, and then I think I followed Vince Latini there for a couple laps, and then finally got around him there with a lap or two to go. So finished. Right. So 3-2, and he would have been 2-3. So my second moto was better, and so I got the second. So
gotcha. Okay.
Which I'm gonna call Dan Sheely out. He was the one that won, and he is not a B rider. He is a sandbagger.
He's a good guy, but he's definitely
he's a great guy. He's a good rider. He's a very good rider. He's not a B rider, but whatever. He doesn't race that much. So
does he? I was gonna say, does he race often or like?
No, I don't think he ever races.
He's damn good for not racing.
Yeah. I think he has a track at his house, and he rides down there. When they work on the track, he rides, so he gets some seat time. So he rides, he just doesn't race.
Right? Yeah, he's pretty.
I think it had been quite a few years since he had raced up until this year. So
gotcha. No, he's pretty good.
It is what it is. I just figured I'd fuck with him. He's definitely not a B rider, but whatever.
He's a good guy.
Yep, he's a great guy.
Yep. So women's went. I went down to the first one. Because
a little tip over, yeah.
Yeah, I tipped over. I cross-rutted on that one corner because
I
was looking at the rut.
Like the second corner after the start.
Yeah, and actually my starts weren't bad.
No, they weren't bad at all. Better than my starts.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, pretty good. Yeah. we both started using the blocks, the foot blocks.
Short people blocks, midget blocks.
It's ridiculous that we're up there with those, but they do work.
I don't think it's ridiculous at all. What's the matter? There's no right or wrong.
So no, my starts weren't bad.
No.
So I went down on the first one, just like simply tipped it over because I cross-rode it. When I went down, I was like, well, this is it because there's no way I'm getting this bike picked up.
But you did.
I did. Surprisingly, I did. That bike is heavy.
Yeah.
That bike is heavy. So it took I literally puffed it up. I was like, okay. And then I was just tired. Then my arm pump was even worse because I had lifted the bike up. I was irritated.
Yeah.
And then of course my parents, my family came out to watch me that weekend, and I've never tipped over there, I don't think. And I was like, okay, of course the one time I tip over, it's right here.
Right in the same corner they're at.
Great, thank you.
They were right there.
Yeah. So, but I got it back up and I kept going.
I was still up at the start with your brother and dad, so I didn't really see it too good, but
I just tipped over a little bit. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I believe her name's Lila.
Yep.
She's super nice.
She sure is.
Alice. She races there. She races at Evansville. Night cross quite a bit. She's a really good rider. She really is.
Yeah. She is. Yep.
50. She said she's just started riding this year. I was like, that's not fair. You're fast for just this year. But she stuck around with me on the second moto to kind of give me more of a to kind of amp me up a little bit. And,
at least you were riding with somebody. You weren't riding by yourself.
Yeah, it was fun because I could I kept hearing her the whole time. She was fucking with my head, but it was fun.
Yep.
So that was nice. That was cool of her.
Yeah, that was cool.
So yeah, that was the first time in the 450, and it wasn't too bad.
I think you did a great job.
It was a lot comfier.
We're still up in the air if we're going to keep that or get you a 250. But I mean, I know right now you're leaning more towards keeping the 450. But I mean, we'll let you make that decision.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good weekend at Burlington. We kicked out of there. Got to kick out of there.
I really don't have any, and really, I mean, I don't. Not to say we've ever been hard on them or anything, but I mean, no real critiques of the track's good. I would still like to see him open it up, use a little more land he has and get some
Yeah, that's time.
Open it up a little bit, but yeah, but whatever. I mean, if he doesn't, he doesn't. I mean, the track's still fun. The track's a lot of fun. And you know what? And I was talking to Floyd a little bit, and I think he said he had, I don't know the exact numbers. I think he said it was like 50 or so bikes the very first race. I think he said he was right around 80 for the second race, and then I think he said he was just shy of 100 for this one. So hey, steadily growing.
Yeah.
Would love to see, maybe some of the people that are listening would he so he's got the next race is going to be next weekend. I know it's it's pretty quick, but
so
the next race is
10th and 11th.
10th and 11th. Yep. And I also know that kind of conflicts with Empire at Whitetails, but and I feel bad. I think we've decided we're going to go down to Burlington for that weekend, but it's a little conflicting, and only because I would like to support Whitetails too, but I'm sure they'll have a good turnout. I know they put a lot of work on their track, and then we'll get there next year.
I know, I'd love to go.
Yeah, but at least the nice thing is you'll get to you'll feel more comfortable riding there. So and they're gonna have a Stasic. They're gonna have a Stasic race.
Yep.
I don't exactly know. I think he told me today it's gonna be $10 to enter for the Stasic race, but he's gonna give nice trophies out. And everybody will get one. So it's not like he's gonna make money off it. So I'd like to see some more. Hopefully some more people will show up.
Yeah.
And then
that'll be the last one.
It'll be the last one for the year. So, and I think we'll definitely go there. You'll get to ride again.
Yep.
You feel comfortable there. Hopefully you'll pick the pace up a little, get a little faster and faster. That's what you got to do.
I got to figure this arm pump out.
Yeah. Yep. Anybody has any good ideas for how to take care of arm pump? Comment on YouTube for old Jessica. But
or if I could trade you arms, you could chop your. I'll chop.
Yeah.
My arms off, I'll chop yours off. We'll switch. It's all like.
Yeah. I'm gonna look kind of funny with women's arms. See, this weekend is Area 51 Can-Am.
Yep. So we have Can-Am at Area 51 this coming weekend, and then after that we have Burlington. And then
it's Sick Brothers.
It is Sick Brothers. Yep.
And then Pavilion, and then back to Sick Brothers, and then the year for Empire is concluded. And then I guess we just we're the Travis Pastrana Challenge end of October.
Oh, okay, so there's Sick Brothers and then Pavilion, but I don't see Palmyra in there at all.
I didn't say Palmyra.
Oh, you didn't?
No, Sick Brothers, Pavilion,
and that's
then back to Sick Brothers.
Oh, I don't have that one. Okay. The one I have after that is Pleasure Valley. So.
Okay. Yeah, on the Empire schedule, we have 2 Sick Brothers yet. Okay. So.
So yeah, that's our schedule for the rest of September, pretty much.
Yep.
So far, year to date, we are looking at almost $11,000.
Yep.
And as usual, does not include
parts
or gear. It's mainly just like the camper, gas, entrance fees,
which is enough.
Yeah, like I don't really want to count anything else, but I feel like
yeah, I think you'd be
I know, that's why I don't want to do that.
Know about parts.
Yeah. So 11,000. This past weekend was like cheaper for us because we don't have to drive so far.
Yeah, Burlington. Yep.
So that makes it a little bit better.
Yeah. And it'll be so. Yeah, I was kind of surprised to hear it was going to be back there so quick, but
I know that's only the complaint I do have is that hopefully next year we schedule these out more.
Or hopefully puts out a schedule of
that's what I'm saying.
The whole year. Yeah.
Like in March, release your schedule for the rest
for the rest of the year. But,
and obviously that's if something major happens, you might cancel.
Well, I mean, obviously, it was hard for him to do it this year because he just built the track. So pretty much going by whatever works for everybody else. So.
All right. So don't forget to enter our YouTube giveaway. So our YouTube giveaway, you have to like and comment on, was it episode 13, Matthew? It was episode 13, I think.
Yes, 13. The Loretta Lynn's interview with Matt Jackson and Brock Rupert.
Yep. So I was about a month ago on our YouTube channel. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos back. from this one. So you need to like and comment on that one, and then you also have to subscribe to our channel to get entered into the giveaway. The giveaway. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
So the giveaway is a set of waxed racing gear. So that would be a jersey and pants, and a Hicks Racing Podcast sweatshirt and T-shirt and sticker. So you get the full set of gear from Waxed Racing, get waxed, and some of our gear. So make sure you
think they need to send us at least some shirts. You need to tell them that need to send us some shirts for us to wear.
Comment also email Tom Selleck.
Yeah,
and yes,
that's not Tom Selleck off of Magnum PI.
Yeah. That dawned on me. So after we met him, that dawned on me. I was like, is his name really Tom Selleck?
Yeah. Magnum PI himself.
Yeah. So don't forget to like and comment on episode 13 and subscribe to our channel. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we will be drawing for the giveaway. And then from there, we will, whoever wins will order the gear based off your size and get that shipped. So.
And what I was going to interrupt and say is when we mentioned Matt Jackson, that was they were definitely the races of the day was Matt Jackson and Cooper Jones.
Oh yeah,
at Burlington. That was some very good racing. They put on a hell of a show. Those two for 4 motos, 2 classes, 4 motos.
Fast.
They were insanely fast. It was really fun to watch. Matt Jackson did come out on top on all 4 motos, but that Cooper Jones, I really don't know much about the kid. He's actually a GNCC rider.
Oh, okay.
He's he's a GNCC rider. Actually runs the entire GNCC series, and he races. He's some sort of Yamaha sponsorship. He's got actually kind of like a full ride for a Yamaha sponsorship. So yeah, he kept Matt Jackson honest. That's for sure.
Well, if you're listening, Yamaha, you got somebody who's beating him. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get on the Matt Jackson bandwagon.
Let's get on the Matt Jackson train.
So yeah. All right. So like and subscribe. Episode 13, and we'll
get you waxed.
Get you waxed. So
see us at Area 51 Can-Am. Come over and say hi.
Absolutely.
See our banner out. We will be gone Friday night, but we'll be back the other nights. We'll be
right. Yes, Jessica's birthday. We're going out for her birthday Friday night. I got a special place. I got dinner reservations reserved. It's a surprise. So we'll be back. We'll be there Thursday night. We're going to be there. Well, actually, we're going to be up there Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then of course Thursday night, and then practice Friday. Then Friday night we will go to dinner for her birthday, and then Saturday, and we're actually going to stay Sunday night also, and then head out Monday. Okay. Yeah, then head out Monday morning. That's the plan.
I'll try to. I'm going to try to put some. I have some snippets of Matt Jackson's riding from Burlington. Nice. Between him and Cooper Jones. We'll try to put in this video as well. So
perfect.
Again, don't forget to enter the giveaway and come say hi to us if you see us at Can-Am. And
absolutely.
Have a good rest of your week.
All right.
Peace out.